That time of year, everybody. This is Dan, the Part-Time Avenger. Wait, the fuck am I talking about? How do I fucking intro this?
I don't know.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the I Could Do This All Day podcast. I am Dan, the Part-Time Avenger. That is Mark, the Resident Jedi.
Hello there. While we gather our bearings and focus up, we are excited because the end of a year means a whole new year of movies, but it also means that we should do what everybody does and reflect. Reflect on the great things we saw and the absolute garbage that may have been produced by the Hollywood machine this year. 2025 or 2024, is that what it is? It's 2024. Was a very interesting year when it came to cinema. A lot of things promised, a lot of things pushed back, a lot of things we were excited about, and a lot of disappointment. So it is with that disclaimer in mind that we are excited for the third annual I Can Do This All Day Podcast Awards.
Pew, 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 pew. That's right, everyone. It's award season for us. And let's just be honest, we're the most important awards, and we have the best movie selection to pick from because we watched old movies. Not because of new movies, because we watched older movies.
There were new movies this year.
There were movies this year. Let's just say that. Just as a reflection, as Mark said, and we like to give a little bit more insight as to what we thought the best of the best was, and most importantly, the worst of the worst. So I think we should just go ahead and jump right into it with our very first award, which Mark eloquently spoke last year that it's very much like a good starter. And that is the Wedge Salad Award. Little bit of context. Wedge salad, nothing fancy. It's just lettuce, cut bigger, sprinkled with some shit on it. But you're made to think it's really, really good.
They tease you with the bacon.
Exactly. Bacon, it's like little bites of gold for your mouth. The recipient is a hunk of shit, essentially, but it's made to look really good. And the winner, Mark, if you would please do the honors.
Well, first I want to say there are a lot of things that we could have chosen for this.
Just look at 20 of our episodes from this year.
And not the quality of the episode, but the content.
Yes.
There were so many that we could have talked about here. From bad Sony Marvel movies to crazy Netflix fever dreams. But the one that rose to the top of the pile of garbage had to be the panned even by the stars, the didn't go to previews, no audiences saw it before release, and turns out after either. Ladies and gentlemen, Joker 2.
Joker, Fully Adieu, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga. I like Lady Gaga too. I was hoping she was going to bring something to this movie, but let me tell you a little secret. The movie sucks.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it.
Wow. You have no poker face when it comes to this, Dan.
It was bad. Hey, did you know that she actually says fucker face, not poker face?
I do.
I love it when they play that song and they don't have it edited. It's the best.
Yeah.
Unlike this movie, Joker Fully Adieu.
Not the best. It was a real monster.
What do you think really went wrong with that?
I think that it's one of those movies where standalone, the first one should have ended. And that's that. There's no more like job for that character. But they were blinded by money and an Oscar nomination that was. And they were like, quick, make another one. And like so many really terrible sequels, this stands up.
This will be infamous forever.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we should just do like a joke watch along with it. And just talk about like cookie recipes and bundt cakes or something while the movie's playing in the background.
Coming in 2025.
Maybe.
Coming soon.
Hey, viewers, if you want it, comment below, baby.
Drop it in.
Joker,
Drop it in.
fully adieu.
I
Bake
think the
along, watch along. The very first
oh
bake along, watch
bake
along.
along, watch along. I think the last thing, it's not that kind of bake, Dan. The last thing that you have to say about our choice in this category is it was up against Madam Web. That's scary.
Yeah.
That's
But
scary.
no one expected Madam Web to be good. That's the difference. A lot of people were thinking, like, oh, Todd Phillips, he created a masterpiece last time. Joaquin Phoenix, fantastic actor. This is going to be fantastic.
Yeah. If only there was like
Ye-
a good DC property this year.
Hmm,
Never know.
you never know.
Never know.
But that brings us to our next award. We're all sad, maybe feeling a little left out. The next award is called the Just a Bit Outside Award. This is an award that for movies that we have not seen yet, but it's probably pretty good. We hear that it's good, and we have an interest to see it. We just didn't have that much of an interest to go see it because we just have been soured by the whole movie industry this year. But Mark, why don't you talk about the nominees and who the winner is?
There were a few things that looked okay that when they come to streaming, I'm sure will intake. Transformers 1, you got to love a little Optimus Primal prime beginning priming.
So
Um
many Marvel ties too.
it is lots and lots. There's We Live in Time, which might be a good time, might not be a good time. We don't know. We haven't seen it, but it
A
sounds
lot of
okay.
controversy around that movie.
Much controversy. And then there's the one that I think is I think it's been delayed so many times that we didn't even know it was coming yet. And that was Saturday Night.
That is the winner, Saturday Night, based off of the TV show that we used to watch as kids and then stopped and then picked it back up again, then stopped, waited about 5 or 6 years, watched it again, got good, got bad. Yeah. Saturday Night. That's what the Just a Bit Outside Award, fully deserving.
I mean, there's a representation of Andy Kaufman and Jim Henson in this. How could it be bad?
I wonder if it's like a Saturday Night Live episode where it starts off really strong
And then
and then there's like a
fizzles.
little bit of a lull, then it's really good at the beginning, and then at the end it's just trash.
Oh man. Oh.
Uh,
Shots fired.
hey, we're still gonna watch it, but Lauren Michaels, I hear you're an awesome dude, and I'd want to see that movie, so we'll check it out.
Mm. I also heard his voice is the basis of Dr. Evil.
Yeah. Uh, all right, going on to the next. Mark, why don't you go ahead and talk about
So
this
our
one?
next award is about a movie that has a ton of hype that we just don't get, and just like the fact that we don't get it, the name of it is the Just Don't Get It award. Danny, take us through. Who are our nominees?
Oh man, Joker Folie à Deux was a nominee just because were we supposed to get and take away something else from this movie besides like rando musical parts? I'm all for musicals and the arts and everything, but did you need to have that in Joker? I don't know, Mark. Tell me your thoughts about that.
I don't have thoughts. I just have sadness. Well, the next nominee is Dune, the series, right? I think Dune 2 came out this year, Dune 1 last year. We haven't reviewed either, and you wonder why. And then the third nominee, It Ends With Us.
Which is supposed to be really good. I hear that Florence and Andrew Garfield, so Black Widow and Spider-Man, make a wonderful duo and have great on-screen chemistry, but yeah, just I just don't get it. I'll watch it. I just don't get it.
Yeah. But I mean, the biggest movie, the biggest spectacle, the biggest I don't get it, and the winner in this category, Dune. Why
Dune
is it
2.
Star Wars with sandworms?
Probably because people like money. And Dune, I guess, is like this super popular or even like cult status type following. I see plenty of people like super uber Dune fans, and they were super excited for the TV show. But uh, for the cinematic spectacle that it is and star-studded cast, Dune 2, I think, is awarded or is deserving of this award. But I just don't get it.
Yeah, no, never did. Didn't get the one from the 80s either.
If you kind of compare this winner to last year's winner, which was the Taylor Swift Eras Tour, which one would you watch over the other?
Probably Tay Tay.
Yeah, I did watch it over Dune too. So
Yeah, I mean, like there's some bangers there. I don't know if there's any bangers in Dune.
I would imagine that there is. I bet it's a very good movie.
Man,
It's just not calling to me. I don't
no,
even know
not
what
at
type of
all.
movie it is. Is it a science fiction?
Oh, it's definitely a sci-fi movie.
Because I
Evan,
know nothing about Dune, and that's the reason why I'm just like, but
yeah,
yeah,
no, you're not
just
wrong.
the preference playing along with it. But congrats to Dune 2.
You
Probably a
did
great
it.
movie.
You
We
did
just don't
it.
get it. Congratulations.
World's best. I don't get it.
Oh, going on to the next award, and that is the Unexpected Gem Award, which is pretty self-explanatory. So if you need a explanation for that, well, just go look up the word unexpected, and then you're probably pretty good. But there were two strong movies that were just, yes, rocked it. We had a good time. We had a great time talking about it on the podcast. The first one, oh, so near and dear to my heart. Might be one of my favorite comedies, maybe top five comedies of all time, and that is Amazon's Ricky Stenicki with John Cena, Zac Efron, Andrew Santino, and more. William H. Macy, who could forget about the air dicking? But you would think that this is the movie that would win because I'm gushing over it, but it's not.
It's
Mark, why
not.
don't you talk about the winner?
This winner along with Ricky Stenicki was a movie where I was like, I guess I'll watch this. But I went back and watched it again and watched the extended cut because it was that good. I wanted 25 more minutes of it, and that is the Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt instant classic, The Fall Guy, a reboot of a show that I didn't know I needed, but man, it was like one of the only entertaining things that came out in 2025. So kudos to that group for not trying too hard and just doing a good job.
They did the perfect love letter to stunt guys, and I loved it. It was fantastic. Super awesome, super fun. Had a lot of fun talking about it on the podcast. But yeah, Fall Guy, Unexpected Gem Award. So congrats to you. Mark, why don't you talk about the next award?
Well, the next award is probably our favorite category because it's our favorite human. He has a day on the podcast every 4th of July. And, you know, we salute him because he is a captain. The Chris Evans Award, the sexiest movie character of the year. Just sexy.
So
Sexy.
for the record, every winner has been a male. So every winner until now. Mark, why
Bum
don't you
bum
talk
bum.
about
What? You
this
mean that
winner?
Ryan Gosling didn't win for Fall Guy? We couldn't do
It was
Gosling 2 years in a row.
it was
Ken
close.
outshined him. When you set the bar here, you can't come in here. You got to go over. And no musical numbers and no um what was his house called in that movie? His dojo.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But Gosling was considered. Cena with all of his abs and pecs was considered. But we did add a few folks from a show that I don't know if Dan loved or didn't, but there were people in it. Catherine Hahn was nominated because Agatha was awesome.
And
Um,
Catherine Hahn's awesome.
and Catherine Hahn's definitely awesome. But the winner, the devilish, deathly, that's the way to say it, right? The deathly. Who won this, Dan?
That is Miss Aubrey Plaza from Agatha All Along as Rio, aka Death. Aubrey Plaza, always getting her flowers on whatever she's in. I mean, she really is a great actor, but she's funny, charismatic, charming, likable, even if she's not necessarily a good guy or a good character. I mean, you just want to be around her because she exudes that Chris Evans-esque aura.
We
And that's why
also
she is this year's winner.
we also don't want to anger her. She seems vengeful.
Who would have guessed a person from Parks and Rec wins the Chris Evans Award? Nuts.
Crazy. Come so far. Great throwback there with Parks and Rec, though. Speaking of throwback, our next category is all about the throwback. It is the aptly named J.J. Abrams Nostalgia Award. Dan, talk us through our competitors and let us know who won.
Well, I will say from last year's, it was tough to top last year's. So you had The Flash as the winner in 2023. There were a few J.J. Abrams Nostalgia Awards nominees, but really only one stood out to me, and that's the winner. It's Eddie Murphy in Axel F on Netflix. Just, I mean, how could you not win this award when everything you do in the movie is reference to the old movies?
The
I
whole
think that's
movie.
a self-explanatory award right there.
The whole movie. Just it right there, man. Just took it
Yeah.
the whole way.
The characters, the music, even the action scenes were eerily similar, just with a modern twist, and that's what you got out of Axel F. I
And
can't even
and
remember if I said that I can do this movie all day, but it's irrefutable that this is a nostalgia award winner for sure.
I mean, when you put Bronson Pinchot in a movie, it's nostalgic because he has done nothing original since what, like Beverly Hills Cop 3?
Well, before that, two, and then one. So I don't
One,
know. There's
and
so
then
much
Perfect Strangers.
originality. So what
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Bronson is a beacon of originality. I apologize.
Oh man, you I think that we hit it right on the head for that award. But speaking of, the next award is the Bullseye Award, which is the casting choice that was right on the money. We just thought it was chef's kiss. Mark, let's talk about the award winners or award
I
winner. Sorry.
Yeah. There are a lot of people this year that we were like, oh, we're gonna think we're excited to see them in movies, right? Joaquin Phoenix, we were excited to see him in a movie. Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, we were excited to see in a movie. Um, none of them, none of them got here. We were excited to see Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. Um, did he live up to the hype? He was already cast, and we knew he was going to be great. Gosling was close, still not enough this year. Winston Duke in The Fall Guy. It was awesome to see him in something. Gotta love him,
So
Baku.
funny.
Just so good. Everybody was super hyped on Carrie Ann Moss in The Acolyte. We thought she was going to go
Yes.
all flippy spinny with a lightsaber on some people. But
She did some
sadly,
stuff though.
she did a few things. She did one action scene. She did action scene. But really, our Bullseye Award this year comes from such an unexpected place. Somebody that I don't know that we were aware of prior to this show. And that's Manny Jacinto from The Acolyte. Basically, he was the bad guy in the crazy mask. Perfect Sith. Perfect.
Fellow Filipino. So Manny, much respect, but legitimately, he made me care about Star Wars villains. That was such a cool character for him to play, and he did it so well, and the dude was shredded. And you almost kind of like the guy. You all know that I like a villain that you can kind of commiserate, but also kind of empathize with, and you totally could. Everything that was coming out of this guy's mouth when he was talking to the other characters was 100% true, and I could believe it. But yeah, he is this year's award winner.
He's everything that we thought Kylo Ren was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though I love Adam Driver.
Who
This
doesn't?
was a better masked new villain.
On the flip side of the coin, I think it's just natural since we're talking about Star Wars. We talk about Dak Ralter and his award, which is the people that are fucking useless in a movie. and just die.
Yeah. To
Dagger
take on
Altar.
the whole empire themselves and then die. Did
Yeah.
you fall asleep? What happened here? What happened here?
Oh,
And there was definitely some competition. There's two groups that it was very easy to choose from, right? And we would have chosen wisely, right? There was all of the Jedi and Padawan that got slaughtered in the Acolyte, ones that like, we were hyped up on and saw them get real angry with their lightsaber and saw them laying on the ground with their eyes closed. A lot of that.
I don't think we've ever seen one person take out as many Jedi as the Acolyte.
Oh, we absolutely did. His name was Anakin and they were all under the age of 10.
We didn't see it happen though.
Master Skywalker. Eh.
What's going on? Just sit down, kid.
Yes.
This one's gonna be good.
Let me tell you a little story.
Yeah.
Oh, have you heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Oh man. There also was another group that our winner comes from. A group that some of them were A players and some of them didn't make it past the first episode.
Well, maybe not the first episode. I think it was like the second episode or something.
Mm.
But ew, ugh.
Ooh. For that group, we're going to go back to our Chris Evans Award winners show, and that's Agatha All Along, one specific member of the Coven, one that we love from the 70s and the 90s, and Seinfeld, Deborah Jo Rupp.
As
What a
Sharon
waste of her
Davis.
talent.
Yeah.
What a
What a
waste.
waste. Just what a waste.
What a
That's I don't
waste.
I don't even think you need to put talent at the end. Just waste. Uh, because she was just the nice little neighbor. She wasn't even supposed to be there today. And they just roped her into it. And I'm okay with some sacrifices of human casualties, but why have that good of an actor in Deborah Jo Rupp just die?
She could
Pointless.
have done so much funny shit in this show,
Absolutely.
and we got nothing.
So useless. Not because we
So
don't
useless.
like her, just because that's what her character was.
Yeah. We celebrate Deborah's entire catalog.
And we
Speaking of
celebrate her by giving her that award. So
yeah, no, that's a
congrats
good
to
one.
her.
It's gonna go right in the mantle. Right in the mantle, next to all the Emmys. Speaking of useless, the most useless candy on earth is the circus peanut. Just because it's trash. Let's be honest. It's not good. It's hyped. It could taste like peanut butter. Circuses are fun. There could be so much there, but really, it is a sad, flaccid piece of cornstarch that just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And speaking of flaccid things that leave a bad taste in your mouth, Danny, why don't you talk about our winner this year?
Well, the winner this year was a very, very hyped movie set for a Amazon Prime Video release and starring a very, very talented actor, along with a very, very talented mixed martial artist. Not so much an actor. But that movie is the reboot or reimagining or whatever you want to call it, Roadhouse with Jake
Roadhouse.
Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor.
Roadhouse.
Ooh, I
Was
wish this movie was as funny as I wanted it to be. It is kind of funny, but it's almost just like ridiculous as to why it's funny.
yeah. Was there even a roundhouse kick in this movie?
Yeah,
You sure?
yeah.
Wasn't memorable.
Neither was the movie.
Oh, I remember it, but I just remember Conor McGregor's gorilla-ness being all over
Yeah.
everywhere. It's so bad. It's so bad.
It was entertaining, but yeah, it was bad.
Like,
I will say, I'll go on record to say, I think it was better, or at least better executed than the first Roadhouse. It made
how
sense.
dare you?
You go back
How
to the first
dare you?
Roadhouse, it's so fucking bananas. Like, you don't believe the shit at all. It's so ridiculous.
Oh no, it's the South in the 80s with all the crazy rednecks.
I thought Roadhouse 2024 was just so out there. Like, there's no way. This is not believable whatsoever. I rewatched Roadhouse after watching that. I was like, yeah, 2024 isn't so bad.
Was
It's
it
a little
all
bit
the
more
random
believable.
murders? Was it the
Yeah,
murders and property damage that threw you off?
the the polar bear or grizzly bear. I can't remember if it was a grizzly bear or polar bear
I think it's
that
grizzly
fell on a
bear.
henchman.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's a grizzly
oh,
bear. What about the throat rip? Like,
that was awesome after the fact, but so ridiculous. Like you think you're gonna just go ahead and hook up with that chick after she witnessed you rip someone's throat out.
I mean, let's be honest. That guy ripped that other dude's throat out and blew her throat out.
Oh,
Oh, oh, that joke,
oh,
just like the circus peanuts. Huge disappointment.
God, that's
Huge
a little hard to
disappointment.
swallow. Eesh,
Oh,
eesh.
Danny wins. Fatality.
Oh man. Well, just when you thought things couldn't get any better, we're gonna
Oh,
transition to our last award, which is the Face Melter Award, which is the best thing that we've seen all year long. Mark, why don't you tell them what we're talking about?
well, this year it took us a long time to come up with this. It took us until November to even watch this. And you wonder why. 2025, not the best year for movies. It was so
Wah,
bad.
wah.
It was so bad that a DC property won the Face Melter Award.
Ooh,
If
low
you've
blow.
listened to this podcast at all, you would know that we as a team are shocked and appalled and disappointed in Kevin Feige and all that overtake Marvel. We love you, Bob Iger, but bro, we just blame Chapek. That's what we do. We blame Chapek. But man, this year's winner, the Colin Farrell absolute vehicle, the Penguin.
Yes, and still staying true to character is the Benedict Cumberbatch pronunciation. Well done, Mark. But yes, the Penguin, that is our Face Melter Award. We were discussing quite a few different things. Like Fall Guy was up there. Fall Guy, we both really enjoyed. We both watched multiple times. Um, I just don't think that made me feel anything as much as the Penguin did in multiple episodes.
And
So,
for those of you that are like, bro, Deadpool and Wolverine came out this year. Bro, talk about the most ADHD Marvel movie ever. Like, I'm
hey, I
not
still love
against
it.
it. I don't dislike it. I've watched it again since then, and I find it hilarious that it got so many churches to sing like a prayer.
So ridiculous.
Probably my favorite thing on the internet in 2025 is all these churches singing about BJs. But it just didn't have it for some reason didn't shock me at how
Wait,
deep.
hold on, wait. That song's about BJ's?
No, oh man. Oh, Google it. Google it. Madonna is relevant again for reasons that she used to be relevant. It's amazing. But it just didn't give me, at least, the absolute shock and draw in that the Penguin did. I did not expect I expected the Penguin to be like the Joker, and it was flipped. Normally, the Joker is the more compelling villain. Not this time, baby.
Such a good portrayal by Colin Farrell, but you got to give it up for the rest of the cast. The rest of the cast, I think, is part of the reason as to why we picked that as the Face Melter Award because there were so many great scenes and great monologues and scenes of dialogue between that awesome cast. And yeah, I'm all for it. I'm not ashamed to say that the DC property won the Face Melter Award. You know what? It's about damn time.
Marvel better do better next year.
Oh, they will. But Marvel better watch out. James Gunn's got some stuff up his sleeve. But until next year, Mark, I think we got to pull the curtain down on this award ceremony. So
Closing out the year.
thank you to all of our listeners for attending. I hope you make sure that you go ahead and grab your gift bag on the way out. And yeah, We'll see you on the next episode. But until then, I'm Dan, the Part-Time Avenger. That's Mark, the Resident Jedi.
Don't forget to let us know what your picks are. Hit us in the comments. Throw us your thoughts on social. I can do this all day podcast at basically everything. Let us know how you feel. And don't forget to tip your waiters and drive home safe.
Wah, 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 wah. See you next time.